Good morning, everybody. The resolution being considered by the Security Council today is nothing short of a betrayal. It betrays the 101 innocent hostages still held by Hamas, their grieving families, and the very principles the UN claims to defend. If this resolution is adopted today, it will send a message that terrorists can act with impunity. It tells Hamas and every other terrorist organization watching that they can murder, rape, and kidnap innocent people, and the international community will reward them for it. Let me be clear, this is not a resolution for peace. It is a resolution for appeasement. It abandons the hostages, rewards Hamas, and emboldens those who believe that violence can achieve their aims. To the nations supporting this shameful text, how will you explain to the families of the 101 hostages, some of whom are citizens of Security Council members, that their loved ones are not worth demanding freedom as a condition for a ceasefire? It is crucial to have a linkage between a ceasefire and the release of all the hostages. This Council has already passed Resolution 2735, yet instead of enforcing it, some on the Council are attempting to undermine it. Instead of pressuring Hamas to end their barbarity, they are trying to give them political cover to prolong their terror. Make no mistake, if this resolution passes, Hamas will celebrate today. They will thank the nations of this Council for validating their atrocities and legitimizing their propaganda. History will remember who stood with the hostages and who abandoned them. Israel will never stop fighting for our people, for our hostages, for justice. But I ask this Council today, will you or will you stand with the terrorists? Thank you. Yes, sir.
Two quick questions. Do you expect the US to veto this? And number two, do you have a latest on the ceasefire talks in Lebanon?
So regarding the US position, I absolutely expect the US to veto the resolution. You know, when you look at the language of the resolution and the position the US took since October 7th, I don't see a way that the US cannot veto such language. Regarding Lebanon, we are working hard, we are moving forward, and we want to have an agreement. You know, Mr. Austin is still in the region, he will arrive to Israel, and we will continue the negotiations.
Ambassador Danon, with China Central Television. Let's talk about the looting incident. You said on Monday in the Security Council that those looters, they are Hamas. Do you have evidence and have you shared information with the UN because they said they are the violent gangs? And also, if they were Hamas, would that mean that the past 13 months, the operation in Gaza by IDF has been failed because there are still that many Hamas?
So I agree with you. You know, the fact that you have chaos and you don't have law and order, and the fact that we coordinated the entrance of 100 trucks through the Kerem Shalom checkpoint, and 97 trucks were kidnapped, it shows that we still have more work to do in Gaza. And yes, we have evidence of the Hamas involvement in the hijacking, and also we know what they're doing with the trucks, where they store them, after they sell it, and they use the funds for the terror machine. So we are aware of that. We don't operate in the entire Gaza Strip today. We have control over the checkpoints, we have control over other parts, and unfortunately, we still see the activities of Hamas when it comes to take advantage of humanitarian aid.
Have you shared the information with the UN? Because they don't say that they were Hamas.
Well, you know, they always tell us they don't have ways to check who is doing that. But when you see people with weapons, you can identify them as Hamas. Maybe not 100% of them are Hamas, but Hamas is orchestrating that.
Which means you don't really have concrete evidence.
No, we do. We do. We do. And if the UN wants to have a dialogue with us, we welcome them to approach me, and we will sit with them and share with them the information we have. Thank you very much.